Okay, I just got back in my car. Alright, this is day 3. Why am I dressed up? I just got out of a job interview at this cool studio, Mark Sinnett studio, for... it was actually one of the sound stages that Charlie Chaplin used back in the day. So that's pretty cool. But why am I chatting now? Well, interviews are fucking stressful, and the social anxiety is nuts. I've been interviewing a ton the last couple of months. I'm just not getting the gigs, which is fine. But kind of thinking about the anxiety of going into an interview kind of made me think about why I am doing this vlogging. I'm really just off the top of my head talking to myself into the camera and videoing it, and kind of wrestling with that same nervous feeling that I have. Now, I'm not talking to a whole group of people in a crowded room or anything, or I'm not even talking to a new person. But the idea that the thoughts in my head, totally unedited, just blasted out for the internet to see, it can just be judged by anyone that just watches on the spot. And that's fucking stressful. So, I kind of just thought of the similarities to what I'm doing. I know not a lot of vlogging. Oh my god, fuck this tie. Excuse me. I know that vlogging isn't always just this. But I've seen a lot of vlogging artists where they get so popular that followers are following them all the time, and so they just they can talk about anything. They can go on to get a cup of coffee and millions of people want to watch their videos. Hell, I'll even watch some of them if they're interesting people. I'm not saying I'm an interesting person. I kind of see this almost as a little experiment of getting into this generation's head of constantly videoing themselves and throwing this content onto the internet. So I kind of want to know what it's like. So this is what I'm doing. I also think I'm doing this because I think it's a good idea to face your fears. And there's something that really makes me uncomfortable about doing this. And I think when we get uncomfortable with things, we're quick to judge them. So I'm quick to judge this kind of selfie generation and this kind of vlogging mentality. So ironically, here I am doing it myself. I am totally aware of the irony of it. So, but it's out of my desire to come to understand why people do this. And to not judge it so much, to figure out the pros and the cons of it. So I guess that's what I'm doing. And while I'm talking, I guess jobs, looking for jobs is horrible, because again, it's this situation of, you're desperate to make money. Obviously, you want stability in your life, but there's something about, at least I get, from working that I don't really get from anything else, is from being productive and from doing well at a career or doing well in a job, and going into a new job and just having to figure it out on the fly, especially if it's stressful. There's a lot of people watching you and kind of wondering how you're doing, if they can trust you, if you're dependable, if they should fire you or not. I think we all kind of wrestle with that within the new job feeling. And so all of that is kind of in mind when you're going into a new job. And I wrestle with sometimes when you're talking, you're trying to sell yourself, but also be honest and not say things that are lies, but also you're trying to kind of upsell yourself. because too much honesty from the start is a bad thing. You can say that you can't do something when if you put your mind to it, you could actually do it. And if you just not put yourself in the box, you would be in trouble. But then there's also on the other end of things where if you just say you can do everything, you're just a yes man, and you're just bullshitting, you could really like fuck things up, because when you get hired for the job, you were so confident, you were so cocky that when you go into it, you don't know what the hell you're doing. So also find that balance somehow. Where's that balance? How do you balance that with new jobs, or going in for interviews? How do you balance that? So anyways, this is my vlog for the day. Got out of the way. And what else? What else should I say? I'm chilling really next to this really, I don't know what this is, but this is a really cool fence. It's a rainbow fence. Let's see. Can you see it? And it says, I don't know if you can read it, "Let us gather together and hold each other up." So that's the takeaway for today. Let us gather together and hold each other up. That's a good thing that I can get behind living by. So, cheers to you, the one person watching my vlog, and I'm sorry if you felt like I wasted your time.